Welcome to our first presentation on an area of our curriculum. Tonight we're looking at personal, social and emotional development, which is a very important part of our school year. Children learn most in this area. They learn to make friends, they learn to share, they learn to take turns. There are lots of things they do in this area that should never be underestimated. So thank you for joining us, and we'll have a look through at all the areas that we talk about in personal, social and emotional development. The aims of this session are to provide information on the preschool curriculum, to enrich understanding of how children learn through play, and to advise parents and carers of ways to support your children's learning through play at home. There are 10 aspects to personal, social and emotional development that we'll be looking at tonight. They are that children have a sense of personal worth, that they show increasing self-confidence, self-control and self-discipline. They enjoy relationships with adults and other children and can work independently and as part of a group. They are learning to share, take turns, follow and lead. They demonstrate consideration for others by caring for and helping one another. They have some understanding of rules and routines and engage in acceptable behaviour. The children show some independence in respect to dressing and personal hygiene. They are eager to explore new learning. They persevere with tasks and seek help when needed. They take pleasure in their achievement. We'll be looking at these in detail at how we achieve this and maybe have some ideas of what you can do at home. We want children in nursery to have a sense of personal worth, and we achieve this by giving them lots of praise and positive reinforcement for all that they achieve. The adults acknowledge what the child is good at and give them help and encouragement with what they find difficult. We take time to listen to the children and acknowledge what they're saying is worthwhile and interesting. Adults listen to their ideas and views and let the children take the lead during play. The adults ask for the children's opinion about aspects of school, including planning the curriculum. Adults give them choices and opportunities to make their own decisions and thus build up their confidence. Adults ensure that the children feel secure in the nursery environment and that they have a sense of well-being. Adults are enthusiastic about the children's play and their learning, and they give them opportunities to take on responsibility and complete tasks such as setting the table for dinner or brushing up sand that they have spilled. Adults encourage the children to be as independent as possible, which in turn makes them more confident and in the long term gives them that sense of personal worth. These are all things that you're probably doing at home already, but you can reinforce them and make sure your child has that sense of personal worth and confidence. In school, we want children to show increasing self-confidence, self-control and self-discipline. The children need to feel secure in order to be self-confident, and they need to have a sense of personal worth, as previously discussed. Children always need to feel valued. They need to learn self-control through discussing their feelings and emotions and learning about them through books and stories and pictures. Adults within the school need to acknowledge that everyone feels happy and sad and angry and upset, but sometimes children need to use words rather than actions to get through their emotions. Adults need to give children coping strategies to deal with their emotions. For example, if they're cross, to count to 10, or if they're sad, to come and get an adult for help. At this stage, children shouldn't really be having temper tantrums on a regular basis, but now and again is fine. Children need to be aware of other people's feelings and acknowledge them, and it's good to tell them how you're feeling. Children will at this stage be learning self-discipline and other very valuable social skills that will help them play with and alongside other children. Children are learning to be part of a large group as opposed to being just an individual in their own homes, and therefore this takes self-discipline to wait for their turn or follow class-wide instructions. In nursery, we want children to enjoy relationships with both the adults and other children and work independently and as part of a group. Initially, when they start school, the adults build up relationships with them over the settling in period and gain their trust. They learn about their interests and they use these interests to get to know the children further. We have lots of animated chat and smiles and praise, and this usually works a treat until the children trust us and enjoy playing with us. We also will model cooperative play for children by playing with individual children and small groups. We also scaffold group play for those children and lead it for those children that are less confident with their peers. Most children make friends easily because they've no inhibitions in this area, but this will normally take quite a few weeks in nursery, if not months, before they have built up solid friendships. And we don't worry about this at all. This can take months, right up until well after Christmas. Children have to learn the dynamics of playing in a group or with another child, but again, this is ongoing learning over their year at school. Throughout the year, but especially in the first term, we want children to learn to share, to take turns, to follow and lead. Sharing takes up a lot of our first term. Children need to learn that not only have they to share resources with other children, they also have to share the adult's attention with 25 of their peers. And a lot of the time, it is a very steep learning curve. We as adults model sharing and use lots of praise to acknowledge children who are doing good sharing. We also use stories, drama, and pictures to show children what good sharing looks like. At home, we would ask that you encourage your children to share not only with yourselves but also with siblings, and also discourage children from taking toys off each other. Taking turns and waiting for turns are also a difficult concept, but through games and stories, and of course the use of our great sand timers, children soon get the hang of it and they know how long they have to wait until they get a turn with the sand going through. Children, as part of group play, need to follow and lead, and these are also concepts that can be helped through games such as Follow My Leader. These are things that you can help with at home and play turn-taking games and encourage children to understand when their turn is. One of our goals is that we want children to demonstrate consideration for others by caring for and helping one another. This is another concept that can be modelled by adults, and then with encouragement, the children will copy and show consideration for others. If adults show children respect and consideration, then in turn they will show others the same respect and consideration. We also encourage children to help each other with tasks such as completing jigsaws or tidying up. Children will learn through books and stories about how to be nice to their friends and to be helpful towards them as well. Children learn through role play to look after the dolls in the house, care for the patients in the hospital, and animals in the vets. And visitors to schools such as the farm and the zoo also teach the children how to look after animals, although this hasn't happened this year. These are also things that you can try at home to encourage your children to look after older siblings and younger siblings and maybe pets. In nursery, we want children to have some understanding of rules and routines and to engage in acceptable behaviour. We do this using our classroom management plan, which is based on rules, rewards, and consequences. Our rules are we listen to the teachers in school, we share and take turns, we use talking voices and walking feet, we help to tidy up, we keep our hands and our feet to ourselves. Then, if the rules are all abided by, we have rewards. These include kind words from the teachers, stickers, and treats. We also have consequences if the rules are broken. The part of the classroom management plan that is most important is that we are consistent. Everyone follows the same plan and follows through with consequences. We praise good behaviour and ignore the unwanted behaviour. These things can all be done at home, And if you want to make up your own rules and your own rewards and consequences, these work very well for children of this age. In school, we need children to show independence, including dressing and personal hygiene. We encourage children to put on and take off their own sweatshirts, their outdoor suits, boots, hats and gloves, and tidy them all away when they're finished. We encourage them to look after their own belongings, for example, putting their pictures into their own tray, or when they go to the water and have taken their sweatshirt off, to put it into their tray so they know where it is. Using the toilet independently is also very important in school, and that does include wiping their own bottoms, flushing the toilet, and washing their hands. We also encourage children to eat independently using a knife, a fork, and a spoon. We also encourage them to pour their own water out from a jug and drink independently from a cup. Following routines is a big part of our nursery day, and we encourage children to independently follow snack, dinner, and getting ready for outside play. We also tidy up independently. For example, if we drop sand on the floor, then we're encouraged to brush it up. And at tidy up time, we all help. These are also things that you can try at home. Encourage children to get dressed in the morning or to put their pajamas on, and encourage them maybe to set the table or to actually make some snack. But encouraging independence is the first step to making children confident in what they do. Nursery is full of lots of lovely things to do inside and out, and we want children to be eager to explore new learning. If children are confident and full of self-worth, then they will have that emotional resilience that they won't worry that there's a right or wrong answer. We hope to offer them an opportunity in nursery that says, try it out and do it your way. School is all about encouraging children to explore the nursery environment without judgment, and encourage them then to be creative and think out of the box. Children of this age should not ever feel as if they have failed at anything, and this will boost their confidence. The nursery curriculum is not a body of knowledge to be acquired, but a time to explore, investigate, and to encourage children to think for themselves. We are great believers in all learning can be done through play. As William Butler Yeats said, education is not filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. In Glenbrook, we want children to persevere with tasks and seek help when they need it. And throughout the nursery year, we are developing the children's concentration. Over the year, the stories at Storytime are getting longer, the jigsaw puzzles are getting harder, and the resources are being developed to encourage children to do further thinking. We encourage children to finish what they have started and not to give up halfway through a task. It is important that this is encouraged at home as well. We encourage the children from day one to ask for help from the adults if they need it, and this is reinforced throughout the school year. It is important that children always know that there's always someone there to come to the rescue if they need it. And finally, we want to encourage children to take pleasure in their achievements. The staff praise children all day, every day for their creations and achievements, and the children bring items that they're really proud of to the adults for that praise. The staff take an interest in and are enthusiastic about what the children are doing throughout the day. We place art creations into their folder to take home on Friday for parents to look at and discuss with them. We would also encourage you to give the children lots of praise for all of their creations, which I'm sure you're all doing. Thank you for taking the time out to have a look at our presentation on personal, social and emotional development, and we hope we have given you an insight into all the things we're trying to achieve and how we achieve them in the curriculum with respect to this area. We hope you've given you lots of ideas and food for thought. Miss Collins will provide you with another video all about activities you can do at home to help children with the skills in this area. Thank you again and take care. Bye.